Ireland has one of the best residency by investment programs of any of the programs in the world. You have visa-free travel to 187 visa-free or visa-free on arrival countries and territories that you can travel to. Just to give you an example, a U.S. passport it gives you visa-free travel to 186 countries and territories. Ireland is 187. Ireland is the 6th best passport in the world, and the U.S. is the 7th best passport. This just goes to show you how good this passport really is. You can go to almost everywhere visa-free. There are only just a handful of countries in the world that have a better visa-free travel document. But they don't have a lot of the benefits that Ireland has. In that Ireland, you can live there totally tax-free as a non-dom if you know how to do it, number one. Number two is Ireland has they have a program where, it's English speaking, so you don't have to learn a second language to actually take a test. In fact, right now there is no test even in English that you got to take. You just have a residency rule, and you have to live there at least 5 of the last 9 years to apply for the passport and get it. Now, there are a little bit stricter regs, which I'm going to go to in this video. Also, folks, if you want to legally get around your income taxes and how to get a second passport as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos automatically as they come out. We got just under 900 videos. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, now eligibility for an Ireland investor visa to qualify for the Irish Immigrant Investor Program, which is what this program is called. You have to fulfill the following requirements. You must be of good character. You must have not have any sort of criminal conviction of any jurisdiction, and you must have a net worth of at least 2 million euros, and you must have assets that you've acquired legally through business, commercial activity, inheritance, endowment, or a divorce. So in other words, you've got to have this net worth, and it's got to be through these sources. Now, you must invest in one of the 4 eligible investment options, which I'm going to go over with you now. Your investment must positively impact the economy. Now, to determine your eligibility for the Irish investment visa, you can actually go in one of these programs, but I'm going to tell you one of the problems with getting a citizenship in Ireland is they're going to make you pay taxes going in one of these investment programs, because you're going to have to be making Irish income on doing this. So to get that passport, you're either going to have to dole out a bunch of money and give to the government at one time, or you're going to be taxed pretty heavily on this money until you get at least the passport, and if you want to get out after that time period, you can do that. Now, let's look at your family members and how that works. Now, if you invest in Ireland, both you and your immediate family members will receive residence permits. Qualifying the family members would be people like your not just you, but your spouse, your partner, children that are under the age of 18. From either are you or your partner, spouse have custody. Dependent children between the ages of 18 and 24. To qualify, adult children up to 24 years of age must be unmarried and financially dependent on you or your spouse or partner, or be students. Now, your family members will receive what's called a Stamp 4 residence permits, which allow them to work in Ireland without the need to apply for an employment permit. I'll tell you this, if you don't go this route, unless you work in Ireland, it's pretty difficult to get in there unless you marry someone from there, or if you have some sort of ancestry connection to Ireland. But investment options for Ireland citizenship, you can look at these different ways of doing it. To obtain the Irish citizenship and investment, you must invest in one of the following government-approved options. You can invest at least €1 million in an Irish enterprise and keep your investment for at least 3 years. Now, this is an enterprise investment option, and the enterprise you invest in must be registered in Ireland. It can be a new business, or it can be an already existing one, but at least 60% of the workforce and cost base must be located in Ireland. Now, there is another option. You can go into an investment fund. The investment of at least €1 million would have to be in an approved investment fund in Ireland and keep the investment for at least 3 years. Now, some of these investments can be high risk, so you need to check this out real good. The investment funds have to be approved and regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland, and they actually have on the website the listings for that. The other option you can go on, this is the one I like the best, but believe it or not, most people don't go on this option, but if I did it, this is the one I would probably pick, and that's the real estate investment option going in REITs, which is a real estate investment trust. Now, you may invest at most 50% of the shares after 3 years, or divest at least 50% after 3 years, and another 25% after 4 years. The investment may also be spread among several REITs, but all investment funds must be listed on the Irish Stock Exchange. And this is one reason I like it. It's liquid. So, when you need to pull it out, you know what you're dealing with. And this is one of the most important things that I would view there. One thing that you're going to have to think about, though, folks, is the fact that when you go in an investment like this, these REITs, I checked them out, they're paying about a 5%, somewhere between 4 and 5% yield on their dividend. And Ireland's got pretty high taxes on Ireland assets. And if you're non-dom, you're not going to escape this, okay? Because these assets are building up in Ireland. Your taxes are going to be based on that. And you figure you're going to have to pay, if you're getting 5% on $2 million and you're having to pay out 30 to 40% of that, you can pay out a hefty tax bill, okay? Another thing, too, is that they charge a 1% stamp duty on the $2 million you invest, so you're looking at $20,000 there, not including the legal fees. You got an app fee, that's not anything, that's like $1,500. But those fees on the Irish assets can really add up. When you can get in a place like St. Kitts and not pay any income taxes at all. And the reason I'm bringing this out, too, is you don't have to wait 5 years to get the passport in St. Kitts. Now, St. Kitts, don't get me wrong, St. Kitts' visa-free travel is not as good as Ireland, but what you need to do is look at the country's difference between an Irish passport and a St. Kitts passport, and are you really going to go to those countries? And can you deal with getting a visa in that country? And would that be more convenient than going through all this hassle of, trying to reside in a place for, 5 years and then maybe get the passport in 6 or 7? And having to deal with all these tax issues and filing requirements, because you will have to file it even as a non-dom. So it's not like St. Kitts that you don't even have to file a tax return. Okay, St. Kitts, if you don't have a local business, you don't even have to file a tax return. If you do have a local business, you only have to file a quarterly statement. It takes you about 2 minutes to fill it out per quarter. It's a very simple statement. But there is no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax in St. Kitts. You're not going to have that in Ireland, okay? And it's going to take you years to get the passport. And I'm going to tell you something, if you don't like bad weather, don't move to Ireland, because it's probably got the worst year-round weather of any place I've ever been at, okay? And if you've got $1 million or $2 million to invest, why not go in a place like St. Kitts and pay a fraction of that and get the passport in 45 days? To me, it's a no-brainer, okay? But if you want another passport on top of St. Kitts, this is a good option to choose, okay? Because the passport is better. I've never been to one place. I've traveled all over the world. I've never been to a place that I had to get a visa with a St. Kitts passport, except for Thailand. That's the only place I've had to get. So, I mean, that's how good that passport in St. Kitts is. But, if you do want another option, as far as a residency by investment option, this by far is at the top of my list, okay? Because it's English speaking, no testing requirements. This is the thing I like about this versus Portugal. You're going to have to learn Portuguese, folks, to get that passport. True, you're going to have to live in Ireland to get the passport there. Portugal, you will not have to, but I'm going to tell you, unless you can speak Portuguese now, you will have to move there to probably learn the language, okay? And if you're going to do that, why don't you just go to Ireland and get the passport there? Better visa-free travel. Tax laws are better. You don't have to learn to take a test to get the passport. That's why I put this at the top of the list. Now, which investment option should you choose? Okay, now, where you choose to invest in Ireland depends on your financial situation as well as your long-term plans, okay? And that you're going to have to be the judge on that. But you can look at these different options that I brought out to you and find out which is the best for you, and what do you like the best. And these are some things that you're going to have to think about. If you want to learn more on this, again, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right on your screen. You get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.